Spiteful's got to answer back. He's got Spell Hunter and Spiteful Druid to make it happen.
Think Spiteful Druid's the deck to do it?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a pretty rough one for Amnesiac. Now, that being said, he does have a lot of stuff that operates pretty darn well in the matchup.
It's manageable.
The taunts in general can buy you a lot of time. You have Brawls for the big Spiteful turns, which come a little bit later on. The big hit is if it's like a Tarantus and he can't execute it. That's one of the big ones to look for. But until then, it's pretty much a slow build phase where Malfurion can help, provide a more significant clock. Amnesiac's obviously going to take a lot more damage from minor board presence sticking, but for the most part, Flo's going to find a way to go full steam ahead, and Amnesiac's got to find a way to defuse that situation.
Yeah, no 3-drop here, no Tar Creeper to play for Amnesiac, so he's just going to keep hero powering it up. Flo does have that Greedy Sprite. It's an important card right here. Make sure he can get to his later game tools quicker than usual.
It's kind of crazy to see how much the taunt package has changed in Taunt Warrior over the year or so it's been available.
I mean, when they print cards like Phantom Militia,
well, that's
kind of have to play cards like that.
I think it took a long time for people to realize how good Saronite Chain Gang really was. I mean, there were people who played it. They're like, that's pretty good. You get it played against you, you're like, that's kind of annoying. But it was about 6 months down the road, you kind of looked up and you're like, Saronite Chain Gang is so good.
It's comparable to Feral Spirits, right? And Feral Spirits was played for the longest time, not only because of the overload effect that would help out Tunnel Trogs and all of that, but just having 2-3 taunts and 2 of them.
We just didn't play this card in Taunt Warrior. We're like,
I didn't even think, was it around during
we got Bloodhoof Brave.
Bloodhoof Brave was good. Don't talk about my boy Bloodhoof Brave like that.
Not as good as Saronite. Not even close.
Puts more pressure on.
Saronite is lit.
Indeed.
It's 2 things instead of 1.
Sometimes you just want 1 reliable thing instead of 2, maybe just as reliable things.
You can play your Chill One Yetis. I'll play my Karen.
It's a different mana cost. You can't compare them.
Oh, I see. Now I can't compare different mana costs. I don't know when I couldn't before. I just really wanted to freak you out for a second. And the look on your face was priceless, so I'll consider that.
I'm pretty freaked out.
I think Amnesiac's a little freaked out, too. This Fungal Mancer is definitely one of the harder hitting cards in the matchup where it starts to prompt action. And this isn't like a priority. This is it's pretty just like, wow, sweet.
It's one of those cards that makes the weaker minions that typically Amnesiac could ignore for a little bit actual threats.
Yeah, it's not like you're killing a Lich King here.
Yeah, you're killing a Firefly and a Scythe.
Yeah.
That feels bad.
You're killing some mana. Mana spin. That's it. Nothing important about these cards, really. They're filler.
Don't call them filler. They might hear you.
They know that's what they are.
No, they don't.
How many times does Firefly die? Just guess.
I don't want to guess at that because there's probably a lot of dead Fireflies. 10 million Fireflies?
I don't know. Seems about right to me.
Doesn't have Spiteful Summoner, but does have Malfurion mode. Malfurion mode? It's a pretty good mode to be in. I think out of all the Death Knights, that's probably one of my favorite ones, but also just one of the most impactful ones because not only does it put things onto the board, but also its hero power is very versatile.
Yeah.
It deals damage, or it's defensive and heals up.
Just good.
Yeah. Name a better one. Don't name Gul'dan or Jaina or any of the other ones.
Don't name a better one, but name a better one. I don't think Jade is better, technically. But I think it's because Druid's really strong. I digress.
That's true. It's also the fact that Malfurion gets played in almost every single Druid deck, whereas Jaina only gets played in the slow control ones.
Yeah. This is a mighty turn as well. Draw some cards, kill some stuff.
Warpath. Why not?
Yeah, this is unlike the Token Druid matchup, where Warpath not nearly as powerful here as it is against Token Druid. Against Token Druid, it basically just counters their entire game plan. This one, just fuel some stuff.
Yeah, Warpath is a lot better for a draw because for Amnesiac to win this game, he needs to get that hero power online, make sure it keeps going face. Against Token Druid, you can just save that 1 card and win the game.
Yeah, he's drawn a lot of like AoE effects and stuff, but not not really a lot going on in the taunt department right now. So
yeah, the taunt department's been a little slow.
I mean, we saw it in the last set with Flo. The Spiteful Druid does not stop playing stuff. That doesn't happen.
No.
Not until they're out of cards. If they're out of cards, you're usually pretty dead.
Or you're playing one of the heaviest board removal decks I've seen in my life. Now, it's sad to say, that's one of the more unfortunate rolls that Flo could have gotten.
It's
still pretty good.
12 attack is a lot. I'm seeing 12 attack.
Could have saw 16.
One card is going to have to use a lot of stuff from Amnesiac. It could just brawl, but that fails sometimes.
And we've already seen a cornered sentry, so cannot couple the cornered sentry with the brawl unless he has a second one. Looks like he's just going to commit the Primordial Drake, put something in the way. I like this. Not only does it get quest progression done, but it's also, you know, just a fairly strong play overall because it's going to put this. What is the name of that card?
Emerus.
Emerus. Down to 2 health.
Yeah, I think Amnesiac's like looking for a way to get some value out of the Reckless Flurry, maybe.
I think so as well.
Or like use a weak Shield Slam to follow it up. I mean, those aren't prime cards in the matchup. You know, the one thing this leaves him vulnerable to is literally Spellbreaker, and then take 8.
Ooh, I like this. Even gonna commit the Vicious Fledgling.
Now this is the one I'm curious about.
Yeah, I know.
Flo
I might have
the-
held back on that.
He committed the Fledgling really quick, and so I'm looking at this and going, you know, should turn after turn maybe you just cash in for some hero powers, but you know he's got Ultimate Infestation in hand. He can pretty much force Amnesiac to use these tools and then just follow up with big reload.
He also might be worried that if Amnesiac brawls, he really wants at least one of these minions to live. So the more minions he plays into this, the more likely that he gets something to swing on the backside. Because if the Primordial Drake lives, it's looking pretty scary for Flo.
Another little hidden thing here is that if he doesn't play an extra minion, Dry Whisker Armorer plus Reckless Flurry actually leaves the Primordial Drake alive. So a fourth minion down actually has some negative backlash on Amnesiac's counterplay too. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, because it's going to kill off the Primordial Drake.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Good spot, Admirable. I'm proud of you.
I don't know if that's what he's thinking, but I just thought
Maybe
it was
he
cool.
was just thinking he liked pink birds on a board.
Play it so it's in play. Oh! Primordial Drake lives. That is a disaster for Flo. Oh my gosh. That feeling of the circle around the Hearthstone. I'm getting a good glimpse into how players use their mouse when they get into these bad situations. They just kind of take the card and shake it around all over the screen.
You just see the frustration in his face. I mean,
Well, how could you
rightly
not
so.
be? Oh my goodness, that's the worst thing that could have happened.
Where's Flo's MC Techs when he needs them? MC Tech was bringing him so much good stuff, but now
This is a colossal swing in the game. Well, now he doesn't want it.
yeah. I mean, Amnesiac might as well play around that, right? No reason not
Just
to.
smart. I mean, what's he gonna do with 4 damage to face? That thing's gonna kill something anyway. Just start killing this.
I will say though, Flo does have access to a lot of different options.
So the Kaliseth has shown up quite late, and that card early on really changes most of the math in the matchup. Just everything starts dealing more damage. It being late here could still provide something, but now Amnesiac's closing in towards quest completion. His health total is fairly healthy. And this is not the biggest amount of stuff that Flo's able to get done this turn. It's pretty good, but
Yeah, but Flo just has to commit as much as he can at this point. No reason to hold back. Really needs one of these board states to stick. That way he can start pushing the damage through. And I believe Amnesiac's on 6 of 7 of that quest progression. One more taunt, and it's done. There's the taunt.
so he's not quite into, I think, you know, full Sulfuros mode
Yeah,
just
not
yet,
yet.
I don't think. But how does he get to that point? This is a really tricky board state. Honestly, the fact that Flo has reloaded a bit weaker with minion quality, it makes it a lot more awkward for Amnesiac to you know, just sweep out the board and then go for a Sulfuros. There's a chance the minions are so weak that maybe Sulfuros is just good enough, though.
It's rough to say. You never really want to have Sulfuras hit onto a Firefly, but you know.
But if it starts making progress and saves you that AoE, you know, that's something you need to do against Druid a little bit. They have so much stuff.
Almost don't mind getting it down this turn. You know, just to get that hero power rolling. That way next turn when you brawl, you can hero power away the minion that lives.
That's if he brawls. I mean,
exactly. He might not even need to.
He can just end up in a favorable board state, honestly.
He could if he wants to just shield slam that.
Oh, he started moving towards that Crypt Lord, and I was like, yeah, this is great.
I mean, this is a full board clear. Didn't even have to use the brawl.
Yeah, and clear it is indeed.
And now Flo is just pretty dire position.
It is a lot tougher for him to stick stuff to the board when Amnesiac, a deck that's not designed to take the initiative, has taken the initiative. The Taunt Warrior deck is more meant to just keep that at parity, where neither player really has anything going and you're cranking out 8 damage. Here he just... Whoa.
That's always the scariest feeling when you're the board-centric deck and your opponent has board over you. That's how you know it's game over.
Well, it's not game over, but man, it is hard from this spot.
I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. It may just be game over. Flo does have a lot of life to work with.
See how much better Sarnite is than Bloodhoof Brave. I just want to point that out real quick. Just so much better.
Why don't you go ahead and point out the Ike statistics too? point out that I lost to Ike in the finals while you're at it, Admirable.
It's just so much armor, and he's got stuff, and Flo's, nothing's breaking through. He hasn't been able to utilize his hero power basically at all.
He's had to play minions in the way just to try and mount some kind of pressure. That is, I think actually Flo would want to take it face there. I think Flo would want the hero power to just hit Malfurion because he's got plenty of life to work with. He would rather have each and every single one of these minions to try and fight back.
I think so as well. But, you know, second best.
Glacial Shards are meant to be sacrificed.
Oh, big Fireflies. Gotta preserve those.
Yeah. That's because I'm a Shutterwalk gamer. I don't play Fireflies in my Shutterwalk. I play Glacial Shards. Spellbreaker gets rid of the Acolyte.
That's pretty good.
Gets a little bit less draw. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, just see Flo hold on to every single minion and hero power it down instead of, you know, trading off if he has to. He needs to preserve every single minion right now if he wants any chance.
He needs to get damage rolling too.
That as well.
So, you know, does he have the liberty of taking his time doing that? I don't think he does. And so it's a matter of whether or not it's more efficient in terms of your actual output to do it that way. And so right here he's looking at playing 10 mana worth of stuff again. So yet again, this Malfurion hero power, it's been online for what, it's like 7 turns now and it hasn't done anything?
I don't know, I think he's going to fit it in here.
Here.
The first Malfurion hero power coming out. Woo! 3 damage.
Achievement unlocked.
That was not as cool as Amnesiac's hero power, but I'll take it. I like this. Might as well trade. Preserve the minion damage as much as possible because Amnesiac can trade with the Acolyte and his face if he wants to, but that's taking damage. Phantom Militia. He can play 2, but if he plays 3, he can't fit in that hero power, and he's going to want a hero power every single turn.
We're starting to look like some brawl boards.
Think so?
Well, I mean, this is like what the card's for, right? He's out of like super efficient resources. So now that he's been able to preserve this removal for so long, he's got a healthy life total. Flo's starting to run out of stuff.
Quick, who wins?
The game or?
Brawl. Oh.
Greedy Sprite.
Oh, yeah. Good job.
Ooh, nailed it.
That was good, Admirable.
And so now this is like the ideal situation for Amnesiac. Turn after turn, reduces to 1 minion, throws the rag shot. Reduces to 1 minion, throws the rag shot. How does Flo deal damage before Amnesiac kills him?
Ooh, Glenisu is a pretty good draw.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Amnesiac held on to this hero power for a while, and now a little bit of a punish there. And armor shredded down to 4. Reckless Flurry.
Don't you just hate it when your cards work out perfectly?
No, I don't.
You don't hate that?
No, that's wonderful.
Oh. Oh, no, I love it too.
That being
I saw
said,
you hated it.
Amnesiac, it does take from a healthy life total to, you know, a fairly dangerous one. And so he does have to think about, you know, at what point does he have to forego one of these hero powers for a turn maybe and just try to get some defense online?
I mean, I'm also looking at the possibility of seeing a second Spiteful Summoner summoning a Tyrantus. And there is no way Amnesiac can answer that.
He's going to go for set up the Phantom Malicious. He's going to forego a hero power this turn. Phantom Malicious is going to absorb some attacks.
I do like this. But one of the issues is with Druid the Scythe, that Reckless Flurry is no longer going to be active, but it does set up Primordial Drake. Maybe that's what Amnesiac was thinking. Said even if damage goes to the face, Primordial Drake can come down next turn.
It's also a Sarn, I think it's added into that mix too, though.
That's a buffed one. Like you were saying, better than a Karen Blood.
Still a pretty darn good turn for Amnesiac, though.
Yeah, especially the Primordial Drake hero power.
You know, I think he had to make a sacrifice somewhere along the line because Flo's just been fighting back so good. Wow.
Does pick up shield block. And that's an important draw, making sure that Reckless Flurry connect one of those hero powers face.
I think the Primordial Drake's still better.
I definitely agree with the Primordial Drake this turn, but just saying it was a great draw.
Oh.
Flo just really wanted that to hit face.
Flo
is just hovering back and forth.
Ultimate.
Spiteful.
Yeah, it's like he needs a high impact card right now, or Amnesiac's gonna have full control.
Even with Spiteful Summoner, Amnesiac pretty much has an answer, even if it is Tyrantus. But it's a risky answer.
Amnesiac, he's taking his time to craft out what the future game plan looks like. This is a wise use of his time, I'd say. He's already gone through sequencing. His mind is now off the current board state. He's taking his time to map out the rest of the cards in Flo's deck.
Yeah,
what's left, and what do I have to do to defeat that?
Exactly, I do like that. Not only that, but it also is a psychological factor. If your opponent is waiting and they only have one draw left.
He's nothing. Like, he's literally got to draw a card, and
yeah, exactly.
You're sitting there going, please. Oh my gosh,
that's
that is
the card he needed.
Huge draw for Flo. So now, more minion pressure in hand. But this is kind of slow minion pressure. I mean, Grand Archivist still in range of the rag shot. Spiteful Summoner, there's no more ultimates left. And these all cost a lot of mana. But if they live for a turn, that's a lot of damage.
And Flo, with each line of play he can take, can actually fit in a hero power. And if he keeps fitting in hero powers, Amnesiac doesn't have that much more armor gain. And this, I hate to say it, but Flo's hero power might just outrace Amnesiac's.
Well, it's got so much more life.
Exactly.
And Amnesiac needs to fend off the pressure that Flo's going to apply. And just turn after turn, he's getting 3 damage. And then it's a coin flip to either have more damage compound or take an amount of damage that's not quite equal, proportionate to the output that Flo is dealing in terms of overall health. This is trouble. I think Flo's in the lead now.
I think so as well. That draw was massive. I mean, to be honest, he could have drawn Grand Archivist. He could have drawn Spiteful Summoner. There were actually a lot of great draws for Flo there. He just happened to draw.
Yeah, I mean,
Infestation.
He had 6, 7 cards left, and 4 of them were high impact.
Can't ask for much more. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, try and go wide this turn with either the Crypt Lord and the Chart or the Druid of the Claw. Fit the hero power in face. I think you want to go wide one more turn. And then you can go for Grand Archivist.
Fatigue is setting in, though. I didn't really think about that when I said Flo's in the lead. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Well, Flo's got 7 damage, staring Amnesiac down. And Amnesiac's best way to answer the board. Not the greatest of draws.
That's pretty bad.
It's so awkward because he wants to clear this board, but that Crypt Lord is sitting in the way. I don't know if Amnesiac can do it. I think Flo might have this. Flo just has, you know, his hero power is outracing a Ragnaros hero power right now, Admirable.
I'm shield blocking. I'm scared.
What are you looking for right now?
I don't know. I'm just scared. I would have panicked, cast the shield block already.
I don't blame you. I might have panicked and concede already.
Bad?
Put
Something
something
away.
away. This hero power goes face.
Oh
Ooh,
boy.
Snipes the Crypt Lord. That's definitely the one he wanted to snipe there.
Big hit. The armor, some of it's preserved. Fatigue setting in. Flo's got 1 card a turn plus a hero power.
What's this one do?
I like this. Just not even swinging with the mind control tech. No reason to. Because if he swings, that Blood Razor kills it off, and he gets a 50-50 for the Ragnaros hero power.
Oh boy.
More minions being drawn to be put in the way. Flo just needs Amnesiac's hero power to go face here. This is the one time you want Ragnaros to go face.
I'm trying to think of what happens if it does go face. I'm not... I just forgot Flo was out of cards. I just forgot that was possible with this deck.
All right, where's it at? Okay, it hits one of the minions, but it did not hit the more impactful one.
Honestly, they're all kind of the same. You know, this one lives through combat a little bit better, but it's that Flo. He's not getting the compounding issue of 2 threats at the same time.
Yes.
He needs that to happen.
All right, 2 fatigue damage now. Flo is getting very low on life.
I don't think he's got it anymore. I don't. Mindful to stay out of the range of the Reckless Flurry without using the Blood Razor attack too.
Oh.
Oh boy.
But Amnesiac knows the last 2 cards in Flo's hand.
Yeah.
Can't really commit.
That's the thing. It's now a solvable situation for him. He gets to go
Yes.
through and just figure out what's the best way to do it. That's what he's been doing the whole time. He just takes his time and writing out notes and checking boxes and dotting I's and crossing T's, and maybe he's just drawing a picture. I don't know, but he can now just figure it out.
Picture. He can clear the board while using this Razor hit. I like this. Go ahead and clear the board. Play out the taunt minion. Swing with the weapon face. Fit in that shield block. And the hero power. Just getting
Still
everything
no
done.
draw, too. That's it.
Yeah.
Flo doesn't have a push left.
Amnesiac just drew the taunt minions he needed there.
Wow. Flo scoops it up. Amnesiac. 2-1 lead over Flo.
That was insane.
This is an intense series, and now Flo is down to his Spell Hunter deck. He's got to win 2 straight